Welcome to the Centennial High School production of Shattered Dreams. My name is Kieran Home, and I will be the MC for the memorial service this morning. Shattered Dreams is a program designed to educate students, parents, and the community about the serious issue of underage drinking and driving. With Centennial's prom this Saturday, the message portrayed through this program cannot be any timely.
have the honor of serving you as the medical director for Frisco Fire. I'm here also to talk to you as an ER doc that works at a trauma center. But to the parents in this room, my wife and I are raising 3 children in Frisco schools. I'll be in your seat in a couple of years. So I think I have some insight into what you're feeling and how proud you are of your children in here and how they're your hopes and dreams. And my goal is to work with you to give them exactly what they want to be safe. So I'm gonna start out with just a little bit of talk about trauma and share with you some personal experiences too. Trauma is the number one thing that's going to kill somebody in this age group that goes to high school here. Specifically, it's motor vehicle accidents. Texas leads the nation in fatal teen motor vehicle accidents, and half of teen motor vehicle accidents involve alcohol. If you survive and you're charged with DWI, the average cost to defend a DWI is about $17,000. Another thing I need to bring up is texting and driving. We've got enough data now to say that texting and driving is as dangerous as drinking and driving. We need to start thinking and talking and putting these two things in the same category. If you're driving at 5 miles an hour and you look down to respond to a text quickly, you've gone the length of a football field with your eyes off the road for just a couple seconds. Let me come back and give you some stats. Let me give you some personal experiences that I've had with families and with trauma patients. Try and make this more real. If you choose to drink and drive, you get in a car wreck, somebody's going to call 911. Police and fire are going to respond. We'll come to the scene, we'll cut you out of the vehicle, and we'll place you on the road as we get to work. We carry trauma shears and we'll cut off your clothes so that we can survey your entire body and see what's injured. It's difficult to start an IV on a trauma patient in the dark. I just wanted to bring this to show you what we do. This is an IO needle. So we drill this into your bone so that we can give you medication. Sometimes the medics have to place the tube in your chest if you have a collapsed lung. We'll give you medication for pain and sedation. Then we'll bring you to the emergency department. I work at a level 1 trauma center, so I'll be one of the people you would see brought in after the accident. I work with a great team of doctors and nurses. We'll do everything we can to help you. We have to put a breathing tube in if you can't breathe. We have to put a chest tube in if your lung is collapsed. We have to put a catheter in your bladder. We have to transfuse you blood. The paramedics may have put a tourniquet on you or started that transfusion in the field. There's no better place to be injured than Frisco and the surrounding trauma hospitals, but we can't save everybody. So we either resuscitate you or you die from that trauma. And the longest walk for me as a doctor and a parent is the 10 yards around the corner to my least favorite room in the hospital, which is the family room. Family room is where the parents and the siblings of the injured and dead go to wait to find out what happened. And I walk that 10 yards around the corner trying to figure out what I'm going to say. And I've had to have this talk a lot. I walk in the room, I open the door and introduce myself, ask the family what they know, and then I get on a knee and I tell them I'm sorry. Your child has died. And I stop. And you can imagine if you're in high school right now, think about your parents. Think about the reaction to that conversation when you walk in the room. Think about your parents collapsing on the ground crying. And help me never have that conversation again, okay? Not everybody dies, some people survive. I want to talk to you about some things I've seen because surviving is not easy. One of the recent things I've seen is somebody that chose to drink and drive was drunk, sped off into a sports car, hit a tree. It took us over an hour to extricate them from the vehicle because from their pelvis down they were trapped under the dashboard. Screaming for an hour as we got them cut out of the vehicle. And their legs were fairly much like an accordion. They'll never walk straight again. Took care of a motorcycle accident and chose to drink and drive. Laid the bike down, slid across the pavement, and took a wooden pylon between the legs. Amputated the right leg immediately, among other parts, too high to do a prosthetic for this. Took care recently of a young man who was drinking and driving and racing. During the race, he lost control of his vehicle. He hit a tree. He didn't die, but his best friend in the passenger seat died. Both families got to the hospital at the same time. Can you imagine what that would be like? This case is a little older, but it's one that I still have dreams about. And it's a family that left church on Sunday. And as they exited church, a young man came through town, driving through an intersection at 100 miles an hour, intoxicated, and hit the family, decapitated two of the family members on scene. The rest of them were brought to me. I pronounced the rest of the family dead, and then got to take care of the guy who killed them all. Sometimes you drive by nursing homes in the city, you think there's probably older folks in the nursing homes. They're young people your age in those nursing homes too. They have traumatic brain and spinal cord injuries. And they're there because of the accident they had. And they'll never come out. It'll take years to die, and they'll die from infections, from urinary tract infections, pneumonia, and ulcers. It's a difficult talk to give. These are difficult things to hear. These are things I see every day when I work with you. This is real. I'm here to protect you as a parent, and as your medical director, I'm here to work with the parents of this school, because there's so much promise in this room, and we want everybody to fulfill that promise. Thank you.
As the chaplain for the Frisco Fire Police Department, I have the privilege of serving those that serve our community. My role is to support them with the spiritual and emotional resources that will help them thrive at what they do. That can be a challenge at times. There'll be times when I hear about a particular call that fire police have run, maybe a motor vehicle accident or a domestic dispute or suicide or some other traumatic event. And I have two questions I normally like to ask. One of them is, how did that affect you? When you walk into a room and there's someone your age that took their life, or they walk up on a motor vehicle accident, or someone passed away or had a traumatic injury that they're not able to. My first question is, how does that affect you? How do you deal with that every day? I want to know. The second question I sometimes ask is, do you think there were drugs or alcohol involved in that situation, whether it's a domestic dispute or some other motor vehicle accident or whatever it is? And they look at me with the look in their eyes like, excuse my friend, but Chaplain, you an idiot? I'm like, oh no, not really, but I mean, of course there was. Almost always there's alcohol or drugs involved. They said we wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for that. Not true, but that would be nice. We all make choices, and it's hard for us to envision sometimes that those choices have a tragic effect on others, sometimes for decades to come. The first opportunity I had to experience this personally was many years ago as a third grader. I remember clearly one Sunday morning when the phone rang in our house, and at that point, the phone was attached to the wall. I know, a long time ago. My dad answered the phone, and I knew immediately something was terribly wrong. He gave me that look of, shut your mouth, don't laugh, scream, run, do anything that's going to distract you from this call. And I knew something bad had happened. When he got off the call, my dad informed me that 3 members of our family were returning from a birthday celebration the night before, and a drunk driver run a stop sign and hit the car they were riding in. They died at the scene. The other gentleman in the car walked away. What that man did that night left a mark that lasted for decades, maybe longer. I still, as a kid, 8-year-old kid, remember seeing a copy of the newspaper. My parents probably didn't know I was looking at it, but I saw a copy of the newspaper article. A family member had sent them with on the front page this car that had been hit by this drunk driver. If you've ever seen pictures of IEDs in Afghanistan or Iraq, from an unexpected source. Blaise Pascal was a 1600s French physicist and philosopher. And he said many things, but one thing he said, there's a God-shaped vacuum in the heart of every man that cannot be filled by any created thing, but only by God the Creator. The man who killed 3 members of my family probably wasn't a bad person. He never intended to hurt anybody. But he indeed was trying to fill something in his life with a substance that obviously not only didn't fill that void, but it impacted the lives of many others for decades to come. Every choice we make is an attempt to fill a vacuum in our life. Things that will never fill it. And you see that sometimes. Try to fill it with relationships, events, stuff, drinking, maybe drugs or whatever. And then a few days later you realize it really did not help that much. For all the talk of prom or homecoming or other events you look forward to or vacations, when those things are over, you come back together and you go, meh, it's okay. Just doesn't meet our expectations. What is that all about? Every choice we make is an effort to fill something in our life that ultimately cannot be filled by any human thing. So my prayer for you over the next few days and weeks as you have prom and prepare for graduation and what's coming after is that you'll be captured by the reality that we all have a God-shaped vacuum that we're trying to fill. But you got to look a little bit farther than that too to realize, am I going to try to fill it with something that ultimately is not only going to impact my life, but the lives of other people? And I think we'll make the right choice. Thanks for the privilege of speaking to you guys this morning.
Dear Mom and Dad, death is never something someone is able to prepare for. Today, you are attending my funeral because of the irresponsible decision I made of getting behind the wheel while intoxicated. This was a selfish act, as I have affected many lives besides just my own. So I first apologize for the poor decision-making of drunk driving. Although I am now dead, there are many things that I wish I could have said to y'all that I never got the chance to say. Though y'all may not feel much appreciation for everything you have done throughout my life, I want both of you to know that I will forever be thankful. Thank you for the countless times that y'all have dropped everything to help me with something, for always supporting me throughout my long volleyball career, for allowing me the opportunity to travel often, and for working very hard to allow Shelby and I to be able to attend the colleges we love. And lastly, thank you for loving me unconditionally. With both of y'all traveling often, y'all never fail to amaze me with love and support that I feel even from far away. Realizing now, one simple phone call could have changed this outcome and saved my life. It really is true when people say to tell your loved ones how you truly feel while you still can. Love, Sydney.
So, dear Mom, Dad, and Brian, I just want to say how lucky I am to have you guys as my family. We always have each other's back, even when you're mad or even fighting. You guys push me to be the best man I can be, and I strive to be successful. You know when to pick me up when I've been broken and down. And you know how to remind me how to be humble when I feel on top of the world. Dad, you've always been my role model because you always look at life in perspective. When your mom died, I saw you hurting, and I just can't imagine what you went through. You always tell me that someone out there has it harder than you, and there's always something to be appreciated for. I always remember this when I have a tough day and I'm struggling. I remember the first lesson you taught me, and everything since. You always tell me to be good, and then sometimes I disappoint you. You don't follow that rule, and not every day, and I try to be best for you. You're the best dad in the world, and I couldn't ask for anything better. I like that. Mom, you are and will be the most important girl in my life until the day I die. You are loving, and you always seem to know what to say. You pick me up when I was broken. You held my head when I cried, and you sit with me. You've been there when I'm sick, and you've been there when I'm happy. You always show up, always, and that's what makes you special. I know it's been tough ever since Brandon went to college. It was a better home for you, and you need your boy. I'm sorry. I know you love me unconditionally, and sometimes I don't show it. I'm sorry. And I know I'm not the best behaved, but I try and try. I'm sorry. You're the best mom in the entire world, and I couldn't ask for anything better. I love you, Mom. Brandon, I know we used to find like little girls, or stupid stuff. Like we got to pick the shows we were watching, but as we grow older, we got to grow closer. You develop a protective sense of me, always saying you got my back, and if anyone hurts me, they're gonna have to go through you. You might be in college, and I might not say it, but I really do miss you in the house. I miss our talks when you get home, and I miss how close you were, and how I was always able to talk to you when I needed you. I miss our hugs, and I miss our cousin. I miss my best friend. I know you're going to go and do great things when you're older and hopefully change the world. You're the best big brother I could ever ask for. I love you. You guys are my world. There's nothing. You guys are my world and nothing less. You mean so much to me. And that's such a big impact on my lives. And for that, I love you.
Dear Mom and Dad, first of all, I want to say thank you. I know I'm not the easiest teenage girl to raise, but I'm so incredibly thankful for everything y'all have done for me. Thank you for supporting me through every cheer tryout, student council election, and pageant. I know for a fact that I couldn't have done it alone. Thank you for equipping me with the life skills and moral compass to lead a successful life. Thank you for being there during my biggest disappointments and my greatest accomplishments. And I'm sorry that I made a self-centered decision to put myself into a life-threatening situation. I know sorry don't bring back the good times and memories or reverse my decision, but I just want y'all to know that I love you so much. Mom, I am so amazed at your dedication to raise me as a single mom. I know it hasn't always been easy, but we were always in it together. Thank you for allowing me to pursue my passion in pageants and never allowing me to give up my lifelong dream of becoming Miss Texas one day. I will miss telling you every detail of every single day, every night. I will miss the sound of your voice telling me that everything will work out according to God's plan. And I will miss you being my mom and my best friend. Dad, your work ethic and passion has inspired me more than you will ever know. I will miss listening to Dave Ramsey podcast with you and constantly promising and reassuring you I will never get into credit card debt. I will miss running into at the gym and pretending like we don't know each other. And I'll miss you trying to make me laugh when all I want to do is cry. Dad, you are one of the people who has influenced my self-discipline and dedication the most. Thank you for helping me reach my goals and be the best version of myself every single day. I'm so lucky that y'all have raised me to be so confident in myself and to never allow me to give up when life just sucks. I'm sorry that you won't see me graduate, compete at Miss Texas, or walk down the aisle one day. I can't imagine how hard that must be.
Hi, I'm Katie Wall. And I just want to say, first of all, that I'm really grateful that I got this experience. And I'm really grateful for everyone here to listen to our experience. Dear Mom and Dad, yesterday I was taken to a drunk driving incident. Now I'd like to say some things I never got the chance to say. Things that my friends who passed too soon never got to say. First, thank you. Thank you for all the little things, like carting me around the country for softball or getting me food after a late game. But more importantly, I'd like to thank you for valuing me, even when I'm at my worst. Thank you for teaching me how to be an independent young woman, and thank you for being loving parents. On top of my thanks, I want to reflect on things you've taught me, and for just being my people. Mom, Melanie, softball cheerleader, trailblazer, and most importantly, my mom. You taught me how to love regardless of the situation, how to work hard to overcome barriers, how to pick my friends, how you're a beautiful and a powerful woman, and I aspire to accomplish all you have. Next to Dad. I can easily say you're one of the most influential people in my life. I may look like my mom, but I act like you, and I think I'm okay with that. You taught me how to compete and how to lead and what to expect in a healthy relationship. And although I may be stubborn at times, you truly have been part of my life. We've been on together and turned me into a proud young woman who leads with passion, competes fearlessly, and loves people. Finally, I'd like to say I love you. I love y'all for being my rock throughout, not just the walk-off home runs, but the tough times too. I love you for allowing me to make mistakes and always being there to put me out of my life. I love you for all the opportunities you've given me from playing in Italy to today and shattered dreams. I've learned how drunk driving can affect a countless amount of people with one decision. Throughout this experience, I've grown, and I believe I'm ready for the next chapter in my life. Although you all have always been my safety blanket, you've allowed me to experience all I need to. Please know I love you endlessly. Now to my friends, to the seniors, mess up, make mistakes, and celebrate the victories. Be safe this weekend, and do not get behind the wheel if you're drunk. And lastly, we have 23 days left of school. Let's enjoy it.
I'm a crier. I am. It's because you guys are so loved. And that's what I hope y'all take from today. First, that you are so loved by the people in this room, by the teachers that have invested in you, by your family and your parents and your friends. And a poor choice just isn't worth it. It isn't worth it to you, and it isn't worth it to those people that love you. Raise your hand if you have been impacted or someone that you know has been impacted by trauma, by texting and driving, by drunk driving, by something of that sort and that nature. Look around. Look around. That's enough hands. It's enough hands, y'all. I didn't raise my own, but I've got my own story too. An incredible time of celebration and finishes in the next 6 weeks of our lives, of finishing AP testing, of finishing classes, of finishing high school, of prom, of graduation parties and celebrations. Please understand your influence and your impact and what lies ahead of you in this world. I know that high school is probably the peak right now, but there is so much more. Life is so cool and so good. Don't make a choice in the next 6 weeks that will impact the time after that, because it just gets better, y'all. Thank you so much to Officer Jones. Thank you so much to the Frisco Police Department, the Frisco EMT, Centennial Medical Center, to our guest speakers. This was a huge endeavor, and we are so grateful and so appreciative. And I know y'all will tell them that when you pass them in the hallways.